Episode 56 JO. October 4, 2023. Vermonter says you can't burn your way out of climate change. Vermont. Phil Merrick, you can't burn your way out of climate change. VTDigger Anyone that thinks that burning woody biomass can be a climate solution is just plain wrong. So the misconception is that we burn the wood. The Excerpts edited by RAWSEP for brevity and clarity and relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates Corporation, a nonprofit. You can't burn your way out of climate change any more than you can spend your way out of debt. Society-wide, we have demonized fossil fuels. They are the obvious target. They produce new carbon pollution, where trees produce carbon pollution that is already in the carbon cycle. Opinion Phil Merrick, you can't burn your way out of climate change. Biomass plants are inefficient and expensive to operate. We just have to know the truth about them and legislate accordingly and they will close themselves. October 4, 2023. This commentary is a resident of Burlington. Anyone that thinks that burning woody biomass can be a climate solution is just plain wrong. It's an easy mistake to make, right? Trees grow back. So the misconception is that we burn the wood, the trees reabsorb the carbon. Full cycle. Renewable. But it's not like that. It's like this: trees growing is business as usual, burning biomass is additional. The trees grow back argument ignores the fact that they grow back regardless, and have been growing back all along. Burning biomass is additional emissions of greenhouse gases that are not balanced out by additional trees growing back. Burning biomass does not cause the trees to grow. They are not the cause of the trees growing any more than a coal furnace is. I could just as easily say that burning tires is carbon neutral because the trees grow back. Think of it like nature is a big bank for carbon and we all rely on the bank's assets growing every year. And every year the McNeil and Ryegate biomass plants take more loans and go deeper into carbon debt without ever paying anything back. They point at the bank's assets growing and say, see, it's okay, we keep taking loans because the bank continues to have more. All of the prevailing arguments that support the carbon neutrality of biomass for energy as is being done at McNeil and Ryegate are based on false accounting. They claim that the forests of Vermont sequester twice as much carbon every year than they lose to harvesting, so it's okay to burn some of it for electricity. On the surface, this seems like a reasonable argument. But in carbon accounting, just like financial accounting, you can only make claims on your own stuff. You can't simply apply the carbon absorbed by trees statewide to one entity or one industry. It's claiming communal profit for a single industry. Besides, Vermont forests are still over 500 million tons of carbon in debt compared to pre-industrial times. And if our goal is to pay down that debt as much as possible, then burning a portion of it is the wrong approach. You can't burn your way out of climate change any more than you can spend your way out of debt. Society-wide, we have demonized fossil fuels. They are the obvious target. They produce new carbon pollution, where trees produce carbon pollution that is already in the carbon cycle. But climate change is because of excess carbon in the atmosphere regardless of source. Had we not polluted our oceans, cut down our forests, eroded our soils, etc., the fossil fuel impact would have been a fraction of what it is. Cutting trees will never reduce global warming. Well-managed forests are a real thing. Foresters in Vermont are well-trained professionals who have respect for the natural world and have a lot of experience in managing forests. But it turns out that adding biomass for electricity to the harvest mix leads to greater emissions. Most foresters that I know don't know this and have been led to believe that biomass is a green, renewable energy source. They have been told that burning biomass is carbon neutral. This is absolutely wrong. I think that if they had been schooled in the truth, few foresters would approve. Once the truth is known, biomass plants will not survive. They can't survive economically without the sale of renewable energy certificates. Biomass plants are inefficient and expensive to operate. We just have to know the truth about them and legislate accordingly and they will close themselves. South Africa, Natal KZN wood factories hopes of R1BN export go up in smoke. Times Live Inferno firefighters are hard at work extinguishing a fire that has been burning since Saturday at NCT in Richards Bay, KwaZulu-Natal. According to South Africa, Durban, Richards Bay rumors of toxic fumes from burning wood chips, massive job losses are false, says McNeil Bay. Meanwhile, the company said rumors were circulating about toxic fumes from the burning wood chips and imminent and massive job losses. Durban, NCT Forestry, the company affected by the fires in Richards Bay, has assured the public that rumors about toxic fumes from the burning wood chips and imminent and massive job losses are speculation. Rumors of toxic fumes from burning wood chips, massive job losses are false, says McNeil. Excerpts edited by RAWSEP for brevity and clarity and relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates Corporation, a nonprofit. Firefighting efforts are continuing at the NCT woodchip mill in Richards Bay. October 4, 2023. Durban, NCT Forestry, the company affected by the fires in Richards Bay, has assured the public that rumors about toxic fumes from the burning wood chips and imminent and massive job losses are speculation. The NCT general manager provided an update on the fires on Tuesday. Arizona, Phoenix Salt River landfill fire, why it smells like smoke in Metro Phoenix AZ Central. PM 2.5, particle pollution from fine particles, were then able to show that the cells of people with prior long-term exposure to PM 2.5 and black carbon emissions produced Monitors have remained within the Good Air Quality Index category for the Phoenix area for the 24, California, Los Angeles Metro Air Quality Map, KTLA, wood burning. Other common sources include dust and wildfire smoke. Ozone and carbon monoxide pollution is also common although less visible. California, St. Helena Police Log, September 27 to October 2, the Napa Valley Register 2315. An officer smelled wood burning near Main/Vidovich and saw smoke behind a restaurant near Main/Charter Oak. It was just a barbecue. People, Florida, Sarasota. What you need to know about the Sarasota air quality alert linked to Canada wildfires. Sarasota Herald Tribune. The 2 p.m. Tuesday air quality reading for PM 2.5 in Sarasota County was 169 parts. Sarasota County issued an air quality advisory Tuesday. Florida, Sarasota breathe easier. Sarasota Manatee air quality no longer measures as unhealthy on website. Sarasota Herald Tribune Wednesday, registered 49 parts per million of PM 2.5, inhalable particles generated by the wildfires in Canada. That reading registers within Oregon. Jefferson wildfire season continues despite rain. Jefferson Public Radio, wood burning stove, he said. According to the South Central Oregon Fire Management Partnership, which covers South Central Oregon and Northwest Oregon, 9 states sue EPA over wood stove pollution that threatens tens of thousands in the state. Oregon Capitol Chronicle. Wood smoke contains fine particles and pollutants such as benzene and formaldehyde that can cause burning eyes, runny nose and bronchitis. According, every year wood heater smoke contributes hundreds of thousands of tons of fine particles throughout the country, mostly during the winter months. Wood stoves are a key source of pollution. Wood smoke contains fine particles and pollutants such as benzene and formaldehyde that can cause burning. Central America wood cookstove use linked to gastric cancer risk. News-medical.net. Wood smoke mediate the effects of wood cookstove use on GC. Thus, cooking on wood stoves promotes cancer development. Researchers have proposed. United Kingdom Rishi Sunak proposes raising smoking age 1 year every year. LA Bible Rishi Sunak proposes raising smoking age 1 year every year. China impacts of exposure to humidex on cardiovascular mortality, a multi-city study in southwest China. BMC Public Health Biomed Central. We obtained environmental data from local environmental monitoring centers, including 24H average fine particulate matter, PM 2.5, G/M3, and Daily 8, India. An environmental justice analysis of air pollution in India, scientific reports, Nature. We then evaluated associations between total, anthropogenic and source-specific PM 2.5 exposures and SES variables using fully adjusted multilevel. PM 2.5 and gallery art. Artist calls for submissions to online air pollution gallery. Air quality news shown left is a work titled Particulate Matter 2.5 and Particulate Matter 10. Due to the small size of many of the particles called PM 2.5, they can. PM 2.5 and inflammation. Can air pollution cause inflammation? Scientists are starting to unravel the connection. National Geographic. In the lab, they